if you're a founder of a creative business or a creative entrepreneur and you want to scale and maybe have stagnated over the course of the last few years, or maybe want to grow to the next level, but you can't because you don't have the bandwidth or you don't feel like you have the capacity to take on more work, there's a couple of things that I need you to know. One is it's all your fault, and two is you are the bottleneck. So I know it sounds harsh, but ultimately you being the head of the business, you being the leader in the business, you being the person who created the business, it's your fault that it's at the stage of where it is, and then you haven't been able to succeed and get to a place where you feel that kind of creative freedom, where you get the fulfillment from doing what you love and the reason that you started the business, but also scaling so that you can build a lifestyle and a financial income to support the lifestyle that you want. You also are probably falling out of love of the creative and the reason that you got into the business because you're too busy and overwhelmed with all the work that you have to do. And then you also have to consider the things that you have to shift from left side of the brain to right side of the brain, where you have the creative thing, and then you have to switch over to the admin side of parts of running a business, which again is a completely another thing that you have to consider. And it doesn't immediately happen. It's not a binary switch. You can't switch from creative to admin work at the flick of a switch. It takes time to make that transition, and that again makes you feel inefficient in your business. The other thing is you are the bottleneck. Ultimately, to scale a business, to get to a certain point, you do have to consider ways that you can bring in additional help to take things off your plate so that you can scale efficiently. I've done it myself. I run a commercial video production studio. We've grown from 0 to multiple 7 figures a year over the last 10, 11 years now. And we've done it with 2 people. Me and my co-founder, we initially figured out early on that we both had different strengths and interests within the business. I enjoyed the business side. He enjoys the creative side, and we've been able to scale without overwhelm. I eat breakfast with my kids every day. I have dinner with my wife and kids every day as well, without feeling like I need to stay at the office all night or just, not be present in the lives of my family. And that's one of the important things. And if you're having trouble doing this, maybe we can talk. I know when I was coming up through the early stages of founding a creative business, I needed someone to speak to, and there wasn't really that option on the marketplace. But I've created this now so that we can have these conversations and, just be very candid with each other and figure out ways that we can make and bring efficiencies into the business that you're building, and maybe tweak the business model slightly to give you the life that you want, give you the fulfillment and the reason that you wanted to start this business in the first place, give that back to you so that you can enjoy it again. You can enjoy it, you can grow it, and you can make it a business that you can sustainably, so it can sustain your life essentially. And that's what I'm doing here. So feel free to drop me a comment or reach out if you are interested in learning more about how that works and what that looks like for business owners in the creative space. And I'd be happy to talk with you and explain, the structure of that offer.